Hey guys, it's Tuesday, July 28th, and this is day number 135 of At Home Fitness with Coach A. So, today we're going upper body a little bit more than normal, specifically with the pulling for Tuesday. Mostly because yesterday was a lot of lower body work and push ups. So, if we're trying to not overuse anything, this is really the only direction we can go. So first thing today is going to be strength. Second thing is going to be a workout, which is going to be a modification of a benchmark workout. All right, so the strength piece is going to be 4 rounds, 5 to 7 or 3 to 5, gentlemen and ladies, strict pull-ups. Ideally, that is an unbroken set. If we need to come down, reset ourselves, that's fine. But there shouldn't be, a total even of 30 seconds of resting in this set. Okay, so 5 to 7 or 3 to 5 strict pull-up, and ideally staying up on the bar after the last rep to perform the same number reps of an L-hang raise. Both of these are strict, both of these are under control. You will see a demonstration in a minute in the garage. Second thing is going to be that workout. And it is going to be a dumbbell variation of Nicole. Normal Nicole is a 20-minute AMRAP, 400-meter run, and a max effort set of pull-ups. Now those can be kipping, but the max effort component there is that when you come down off of the bar on Nicole, you then have to take off on another 400-meter run before you can perform another pull-up. The goal on Nicole is how many total pull-ups you can do in the 20 minutes, right? So the 400-meter run is kind of that penalty, so to speak. Now, we are going to function the same as a normal Nicole workout today. The difference, obviously, is we just did our strict pull-ups. We're not going to do kipping pull-ups, especially it's not realistic at home. The vast majority of people do not have a pull-up bar, and those that do usually do not have one that's stable enough for kipping pull-ups. So instead of a kipping pull-up, I'm going to have you guys doing a dumbbell pull-through to plank row. And again, stick around in a couple seconds. I will demonstrate that, what is unbroken, what isn't unbroken, and how to score it from there.
All right, guys, let's talk about that first piece, the strict pull-up and the strict L raise. So I'm going to demonstrate this with 2 reps. That's because there isn't really a reason for me to demonstrate 5 or 7. So here we go. We got our strict pull-ups first, and my last one. And then from there, I want to set the shoulders and the core and work through the L raise. All right, with the goal of trying to keep my knees as locked out as I can, legs straight, almost like a tabletop position, so to speak, and I'm kind of pointing my toes together and then out as if though I'm aiming at the wall on the other side of the ring. All right, so let's go through this workout as written, and then you guys will see the modifications again here. So being done with a dumbbell is as prescribed, if you will. Kettlebell obviously is very similar. The challenge of the kettlebell, though, on that dumbbell row, or the kettlebell row in that scenario, is that we need our hands to probably be elevated because of how much longer the kettlebell is. In which case, I will show you a way of doing that with the modifications at the end. So we start with that 400-meter run. I'm out, I'm in, and I'm getting into my unbroken, max unbroken set here, okay? So again, it's a pull through into the row. Each one of those is going to be separate. So I'm going to tap, row, switch arms, tap, row, okay? Now, for the purpose of unbroken, meet the requirements of the workout. No more than a 3-second rest in this position. If I'm resting without a hand on the dumbbell for less than 3 seconds, that's a break. If I'm not smoothly going from my tap into my row, I mean, obviously I can set my hips, make sure my core is in the right place, but you guys get the idea. If you're getting out of that set and you think you're cheating, you're probably cheating, so to speak, okay? Now, scoring this, every pull through to row is 1 rep, okay? So over row 1, over row 2, whatever you have total reps at the end of the 20 minutes is your score for this modified Nicole.
Stay tuned for movement modifications.
All right, modifications. So what happens if I don't have a dumbbell, but I've got all this other crap? Well, if this dumbbell were a kettlebell, all right, obviously we just talked about we need a little more space. One of the ways I might be able to do that is by propping myself up, tapping the ground, going into the row. All right, tapping the ground on the pull through, going into the row. The idea there is however much longer, basically, the kettlebell is than the dumbbell. So however much space I'm losing where the elbow's still kind of bent when I'm going into that row is the amount of space I need to prop myself up in the air. So the bench for most people is probably going to be a little high. Maybe a couple plates stacked on each other is something that would work well, or perhaps a step of some kind. Just obviously control where that dumbbell or where that kettlebell is going, so you're not smashing the steps over and over. Now, for this pipe, I want you to pretend this pipe is a barbell, actually an empty barbell. I'm going to take the barbell and I'm going to slide it back into the corner of this platform as if though it was the corner of a room or garage, what have you. From here I'm going to set the bar down on the ground. I'm going to set up for my plank over top of that bar. And then from there, I tap it to the ground and I row. Switch my hands, tap it to the ground, and I row. So I'm still getting the basic function of the pull through and the row. Now you might be thinking, Coach, if I tap it to the ground, I'm going to smash my fingers. Possibly. But the end of the bar, depending on which bar it is, could have anywhere upwards of 1 inch to 1.5 inches worth of space that is going to touch the ground and protect the knuckles of the hand. If you're concerned about that, and if you don't have that kind of bar, let's see if we can put a 5-pound plate or something along those lines. It's not going to give it a ton of height, but at the same time give you a little bit of extra weight and a little bit of extra clearance. Alright, well, what if we only have bands? Well, instead of a dumbbell plank row that we've done before, we've used a long band, set ourselves up in a side plank type position, anchored the band out there, and done rows in this position. So we have our dumbbell plank row. Well, to get our pull through, all we need is another band, a circle, or we can even find a way to double up that band that we had there. And I do walkouts with the hip circle on my forearms. I don't know that there's necessarily going to be a way of you guys doing max effort here. The one thing we could conceivably come up with is I do those walkouts and I max effort that. Once I max effort that, I then take the band, put myself on a side plank, and do half the number of reps in terms of a row on each side. The other thing I can do is just set it at a standard number, 20, 10, and 10, something along those lines, and treat it like a normal 20-minute AMRAP with a 400-meter run